Welcome to the Bubblewrap Podcast. I'm Ashley Walker from HSE Advice UK, and we're here to protect your business and make safety pop. So welcome to episode 2 of Bubblewrap Podcast. We're here again today, but exciting news, we were at the Red Rose Awards last week. Yeah, what a night. Oh, what a night.
It was a heavier night than I thought it was.
Yeah, it was. Probably didn't get to bed till like 2,
I think it was
something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was close to.
Yeah. You missed out. You're probably wise you missed out. I mean, you were technically underage at that time, so I don't think you would have been able to come. But so we were up for New Business Award, which was unreal. It didn't win, but actually the people we were up against were like mega.
Yeah.
Yeah, really good companies.
It was just nice and humbling to be in that same category, really, with those people.
Oh, yeah,
so,
yeah.
And alongside all the other categories as well, there were some major businesses there.
Oh, yeah, I know. And when they said, so they had it up on the screen with the collective amount that's been turned over in the last year of all the businesses together, and I was like, oh my God, this is just Lancashire alone. Yeah. It was the one company that had over 1,000 employees, and then there's us that are sat there with 4 employees. I was like,
to be part of that and to be classed as a good enough business to be in that room with such successful companies.
Yeah. What made it even better is that we were on the same table with people from the Ad Network who were in our category.
Our competitors.
And I think they were a bit surprised when Dave rang and asked for a table for 3 competitors on one table, because you don't get that normally. But actually, as part of that network, you're supporting each other and
I think that's it. It promotes good business, doesn't it?
Yeah.
We're all competitors. Competitors, but
because we could all do work with each other in that room, helping each other, and it's amazing. But it was a heavy night though. Yeah. It was long. Yeah. I think awards dues are long. A lot of people there.
I thoroughly enjoyed it though.
Oh yeah.
It was my first ever awards.
Was it?
Yeah. So I like any kind of awards ceremony. So I didn't know. I went in not knowing what to expect. And then there was dancers on stage, singers, the musicians. That's absolutely fantastic. Yeah. Loved it. Absolutely loved it.
Yeah. I mean, it could be a bit daunting when they say black tie.
Yeah.
Have to get a tux.
And I turned up in a blue suit.
Heels. I'm never wearing heels ever again in my life.
We're definitely going with the sparkly trainers.
Trainers next time. Yeah, you should have seen us. We were like Bambi walking back to the hotel. Like, after a few gins in those shoes, poor you had to go get us pizza.
Yeah.
And then we thought you were lost in Blackpool because it took you an hour. We were sat there like texting him, "Are you all right? Have you been stabbed? Are you okay?" But it was good. Yeah. So hopefully you might be able to come to one in the future if we ever get to be a finalist.
Yeah.
But I think my biggest, my happiest moment of that night was when EWGA won the Lancashire Business View Award, because they've done an amazing job with their business, like it's unreal what they do.
Yeah.
And it was nice to see so many of our clients and other businesses that we've worked with in the past be there and celebrate them.
Oh yeah. And other people there from like networks, which was nice because we knew a few people, because Tiff and I have been to an awards do before where we knew no one at all, and I didn't drink at all.
No, we were on our best behaviour.
Stone cold sober. Because I thought, if I have to walk in heels again. But this time round, I think we relaxed and just took it all in. It was lovely. Yeah. So hopefully there might be more. You never know.
I never knew. I didn't know what to expect, and I just went with the flow, and I had a fantastic time. So I'm looking forward to the next one.
Yeah. Well, fingers crossed.
Yeah. Hopefully.
You never know. But actually, that leads us really nicely into the topic. So we're talking about culture today, and we did touch upon culture in our first episode, so the last podcast. But I tell you what, the tables at the Red Rose Awards that night, you could just see what their culture would be like within their business. Yeah. Because people not talking about drinking or whining and dining, but just how close people are, talking to other businesses as well, that open and honest approach. And that's what's making them businesses strive and do really, really well, because you can see those dynamics there. Because we go in, we're like what do you call them, where you just sit back and watch and pull everything in. We observe. We're observers in the work that we do. And you do get to learn certain tricks with that, of understanding people and how they work and how they react to certain things. You know how we approach and talk to people. And that night, there were some amazing people.
Don't they call that code switching?
Code switching?
Code switching, yeah. Where you adapt your personality or your voice or your something to match the situation you're in.
Code switching?
Yeah, so it's like a telephone voice. So right now...
I have a telephone voice. Like the intro to the podcast. Hello, welcome to Bubblewrap.
Yeah, that's it. That's code switching. So it's adapting yourself to suit the situation and to... I think that's what...
I suppose, like, different clients we go to, we have different dress codes. Different ways we approach it. I never thought about that.
I think, when you first meet a client, it's that you present yourself a little differently than once you realise and you get to know their culture and you get to know their workings and how they get along. You kind of relax and you can switch back to yourself, or you can...
See, now I'm myself, and it might put people off because I can be very open and honest.
Well, that's just you then.
Sometimes I can be blunt, but friendly.
Yeah, it's a friendly blunt.
But I don't think I've ever... Well, actually, when you're young and you're really early on in your career and you think of a director, you think, oh my God, I can't speak to that person.
Yeah.
I'm a director. And actually, I'm a director and I'm probably the strangest director you'll ever meet. I don't know how you feel coming into our office. Like, if we have no client meetings, we're literally there in hoodies, head in a bun, listening to heavy rock music whilst working at the same time.
I just want to mention as well, both you and Tiff, your fluffy socks.
Oh, fluffy socks.
Yeah, fluffy socks on the radiator.
Yeah. Well, that office can be cold.
It can do.
Those fluffy socks have been there from the start.
Well, they're even yours.
Probably need to go home and be washed, to be honest. I'm going to buy you some fluffy socks. Bright orange, like our logo.
Yeah, go for it.
Yeah.
I'd rock some fluffy socks.
Yeah. I was actually thinking of banning shoes in the office. I'm serious, because the amount of grit that comes in and the hoovering we have to do.
Yeah.
But saying that, I bring the dogs in, so there'd be like no point, would there? Remember that time I took them to the field and they got muddied up, and then I think the carpet's still stained with mud.
I think that should be the name of this episode, is Dogs and Fluffy Socks.
Dogs and Fluffy Socks. Yeah. But anyway, culture. So we have a lovely culture in our office.
Yeah, it's a nice, easy, relaxed culture, which I think lends itself to how we work together and how we interact with each other.
Yeah.
We're not uptight and we're not nervous around each other. We're very quite open and honest and very comfortable.
Yeah. But it's hard to get that dynamic within a business though, because I've been in a few businesses where some have been very corporate, which I've moulded to, and I really loved it. Like, so I've lived in London for quite a few years at a consultancy, and that was one of my favourite jobs. And this is probably why I do this job now that I do, because I loved doing that. I loved meeting new people, travelling. I went to Hong Kong, I went to Rome, doing work. Like, it's a big opportunity. We might end up getting there one day. Trying to sell the career to you. But,
fingers crossed.
But it's having that relaxed environment. We work more than we're at home, generally. It's got to be a right fit. Yeah,
I think that's it. It's, as you say, I've worked in those corporate environments before, and I think everywhere I've worked, up until starting with HSE Advice, I think it's always been a corporate, and it's over the years it's got slightly more and more relaxed, and I think that's purely just due to the general culture, working culture nowadays.
Yeah.
But it was a bit of a shock actually when I started working here, and I thought, all right, this is really relaxed. I'm not used to it.
Yeah.
And it didn't take me long at all to fall into it and say, okay, right, I'm getting the vibe of this now, and I'm
because we do what we do every day. We have our deadlines, targets, not like targets to meet certain things, but obviously we've got work to do for our clients. We've all got our own clients that we work on, and we have programs and schedules with them, being flexible for them, but we have a good time whilst we do it. And I think I want to be happy in the work that I do, and I want the people that work for me to be happy in the work that they do, and 100% tell me if there's something wrong or something we need to change, but not everyone's like that, I suppose.
No.
And it does depend on the industry in, the work that you do. It's a very different atmosphere or sort of culture within a factory, I suppose, where it's repetitive sort of stuff that you do. It can be hard, and it can be hard for a business owner to set that culture, but know how to do it positively.
Yeah, I think that's it. It's I think what we mentioned in the last episode was sometimes it does trickle from. It normally trickles from the top down. If you show that positive culture at the top, you'll get it at the bottom.
Yeah.
I don't want to say the bottom. That's the wrong word, but elsewhere in the business. But then it can also go the other way as well. So if you have a really happy workforce that are quite happy to get on with each other, and especially like I say, like a factory floor setting, sometimes you'll get really close bonds and close friendships there.
It becomes a bit of a family unit, doesn't it?
Exactly.
As long as you don't get cliques, because then that's when trouble starts coming in.
Yes.
But then it's for the supervisors to know and look out for and stop. Yep. And it's also that bad behaviour thing. Like they always say, if someone has bad behaviour, you need to nip it into the bud straight away, or it will fester amongst the workforce and the culture and have sort of a bad impact on other people, because they'll go, oh well, that person's doing that and getting away with it, so I'm going to do that. Even if it's down to coming in late or leaving early or different things, it's.
I think it's okay if you've got like a sort of a flexible working.
Oh yeah.
Like my wife, the company she works for, they're like, as long as the work gets done.
Yeah.
But that's the sort of policy that they've set, Whereas if it was you got to be here by 9 and you finish at 5 and people are turning up at 9:15 and leaving at 5:45.
Yeah, it's not on.
It's indicator of a sort of negative culture or a festering sort of negatives.
Yeah, and it's trying to flush that out, isn't it? Yeah. But look to the root cause, because you might go, oh, well, it's that one person. They're always late. They're always leaving early. Well, actually, why though? Is there a reason why they're doing it? Did they see someone else doing it and they didn't get not penalised, but then it just happens all the time, and then it's always got a root cause. It's a bit like an accident, isn't it? Yeah. There's always something.
Yeah, I think that's where then your management and the workforce sort of work hand in hand. Because then if they start seeing these little cracks and these little pits form and like clicks and things like that, management then can come in, or should be able to then come in and go, right, we need to change something here. Yeah. And whether it be
to make it inclusive.
Like a team building exercise, or just something that would help just iron out those creases. Yeah. And
not building bricks together or blocks together though. Those team building exercises, my God. Let's build a float.
I can't
get it across the lake.
I've never done anything like that. I think I find that quite fun.
I'd for that.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Ashton's worst nightmare is water.
I hate water.
So she won't be joining us. She can give us instructions.
Yeah,
from the side.
I'll be there from the side, like, hello, you're not doing that right. Yeah, we'll see. Yeah.
Oh dear.
So, I mean, we went to somewhere recently and got a really positive culture. Like, they're looking to improve. Yeah. Whereas we've been somewhere recently and it's the complete opposite, where we need to go in and sort of help them bring the culture up.
Well, I think with the positive culture, we went to a little while back, you could see that they were eager. They wanted to, and it wasn't like okay, we have to do it. It's no, we really want to make sure that this is the best possible work environment for our employees, and it was really refreshing to see. Yeah. And I'm really looking forward to working with them.
Yeah, it was good. Yeah, where some we've worked with in the past where it's been a bit more difficult.
Oh yeah.
But you've recently had something quite surprising, haven't you, at one?
Yes, working with one of our manufacturing clients who are dead against wearing the PPE, and he would rather close his eyes and turn his head away whilst using a drill.
Which I've never heard of.
No, which is the most ridiculous thing. But when spoken to about it, he went, oh, okay, maybe. And then he actually went and spoke to his line manager about it, which I was surprised.
That he'd go and actively do that.
Actively offered up that information of, you know what, actually I've done something I shouldn't.
Yeah.
you know.
And how do we change it?
How do I change? What do I need to improve for next time? So.
And that's a little thing that you go, yes.
That needs
to fester and grow.
It's a small win, isn't it? And that's where you now need to take that and just run with it and see how far you can take it and then spread it, you know, let that grow.
Yeah. How have you found it? I mean, you're quite early on in your career and you've had a few different jobs.
Yeah.
Anything in terms of culture or...
Well, some businesses that I've worked for aren't very like family orientated and like you speak to everyone, but the job that I've got at the moment, we're quite like a family kind of thing, and we all work together and we all discuss what we're doing, and if someone needs help, you know who to ask and stuff.
See, that's good.
Yeah,
because it's hard sometimes, like especially if you're new in a job, you don't know the way that they do things, asking for help and going, oh, you know, I need assistance with this, or can you show me how to do that again? People generally shy away from that, don't they? So that's quite nice, then, having that. That's good, because there are some places out there that expect you to know things straight away, and
it passes down to the next generation of workers, doesn't it? You know, so if you was to stay there for the next, I don't know, 10, 20 years, you know, you would pass that down to all those new starters that you would encounter, and then so on and so forth. And I think that's nice.
Yeah.
That's really nice.
And I think with the business that we have, I've always said in our business plan I want to grow it organically. So I'm hoping Georgia isn't in that business in 10, 20 years and she'll be with us full time, because it's getting the workforce in early enough in their careers that maybe they do have experience in safety, quality, environmental, and some qualifications, maybe not the right at the start like your career, but actually, you know, moulding them to be really good consultants, because we spoke about it last time, you know, the safety industry is a bit stagnant. I don't want us to be those consultants that go out with a clipboard and tell everyone off that they're doing everything wrong. We want it to be the opposite, and actually it's that next generation of learning and development in that. And I think that's a really good way of going. But you know, we'll get there. Right, well, thank you very much, everyone.
No, thank you.
Yeah.
It's been great.
Thank you for joining us today. If you enjoyed our episode, please subscribe to our channel. All links to our social media are in the description below, and if you have any questions, please leave a comment or message us. Bubblewrap, to protect your business.